map. Performance mode. Minimize you. Alright, there we go. Who messaged me now? There we go. Oh my gosh, it even gave me encoders. Just gonna test out the audio here. Oh wait, I have the stream muted. I guess it is. Or crooked cam. Let's just turn it more like that. Yeah. Yeah, you can see my poor FPS. Oh, so it's just not me. Yeah, it's... Oof. Oh, that's probably because of the it'll take him a second. I've had that happen. We'll just go short, I guess.
I'm looking at my gun and killed by this dude. Yeah, it's not happening. I can't even run a fucking latency or package. There we go, packet loss is 55%. 60%, 41%. I'm not gonna play this game.
I really don't have a problem playing with you.
I'm running 56% packet loss. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch it.
Oh, I was gonna res you. Yeah, he hasn't, like... First I thought he was gonna load in or something, but he hasn't even done that. Yeah, see, I've had that happen a few times, and then normally all you gotta do is just fucking, like, once. Ah! Ooh, ooh, no, no, no! Right? Hey, my ping's set at 70. Which is, like, ridiculous. You know, pro question here, okay? If... Oh, you're spawned, you finally spawned in. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're just standing up in the air. But you have spawned in. Yeah. Watch your left. As soon as you go up there. Yeah, you're flying in the air. No, yeah, you're just standing in the air like you're a fucking admin of the game, dude. Just watching on everyone looking for the cheaters. Ah! Yeah, you got knocked. Hold F, hold F, hold F. See, you res yourself. Nope. Oh, yes, yeah, you're rezzing. You were rezzing. Yeah, you were actually starting to res yourself. The gas killed you because he's out of circle. Yeah, I've had that happen a few times. Once you, in the helicopter that I get like through.
Yeah, like I got you jump out of the helicopter that we spawned in. Oh my god, dude.
I don't know. Oh shit, I think I hear someone running below us. Yep. Yep. It's annoying. I have a... You're good, I know how it is. I play enough like between like League and shit like that, like other games. Where trust me, I understand. I've literally sat there on League and like you lose game, like this is different, but like you just lose games on League because of teammates. Like that's it. Like that's exactly why you lose, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. So like, trust me, I know how it is. It's like Yeah.
Because everyone's just saying for PC is so much better because of Shadow Pro.
Oh yeah, it is.
I won't be able to see that because I don't think that I'm going to play any better than what I'm playing.
I think the thing is it'll take a bit to actually for it to kick in. Like at first you're gonna perform worse because you're playing with the mouse and keyboard. Got to get used to it. You know, no aim assist. It's all skill. That's the easiest way to say it. It's all skill gaming. But once you start to get used to it and stuff like that, yeah, and the aim assist has nothing on being able to actually aim. And you'll get like the problem with like you know one of the guys I watched, he shows a video and like whenever you're using a controller, okay, you get a slight pull down. Like it pulls down in steps. It's not just a smooth like down. It's actually like in steps of how far it goes. And like there's different zones for that. On PC, like it's nothing but it. So like you can get that finesse, that perfect aiming, and you have the unlimited customization of finding an aim, or like a sensitivity, you know, everything for you specifically as a player. Whereas, you know, on controller you can change the sensitivity and stuff, but you can't change like that's really it. And even then, it's not like a pinpoint, like, you know, to the degree. It's just a setting, you know, kind of like a DPI on a mouse kind of setting. It's just a step, and if you're in between steps, like for the longest time on like Apex, I was in between a 3 and a 4. So what I do, I played on 6 whenever we were just messing around, and then I dropped down to 4 to where it felt slower. I mean, it got me kind of more where I wanted to be. But setting it to 5 all the time doesn't actually help. Like here, because this is a display capture here. That if I go like this and I pull up my Razer Synapses here, like you can see it. And another thing, headphones, like these headphones here, it has a hypersense, which is basically it'll vibrate and move your head in the way it sounds. So like footsteps, it'll jiggle your head up and down, shit like that, if I turn it on. Sound, big thing. I can hear people in PUBG 700 meters, clear as day. So, yeah, yeah, the way that the sounds and stuff like that like work are just amazing. And these headphones, I can plug it into a controller, like a PS4, Xbox, whatever. No, they may have cost me $200, but still. Oh hell yeah! And like, I do have a $30 pair that it's a USB one. They're in the box for these headphones because I didn't need them, so I put them up. They're in the box. I think the box is right here. No. Raised. Let's see. Oh, that's my mouse pad. Wait. Ooh, by the way, big thing here. If you really like energy drinks, best energy drinks out. Okay, low amount of caffeine, no sugar, all natural. C4. Okay, best ones out. Okay, yep, C4. Their frozen bobsicle. You know the Kool-Aid blast tanks that you get. You know, you twist off the plastic top, squirt it, middle summer kind of thing as a kid. Tastes just like one of those. Their orange one tastes like Fanta. I don't have my white one. It's called Arctic Snow Cone. Sprite. This right here is grape. Or no, this one's not the grape. Wait, Is it? Yeah, this one's Purple Frost. This one's great. They are the best. You can find them at Casey's. I order them by the case from C4. Is why I was ordering them. Because you can do a subscription. You can actually order them on Amazon. Paying with food stamps. By the case. Yep. And that's how I order them now. But, okay, back to this. Because I just happened to actually see this down there. This is really good. Oh. You mean this? Hey. All I have to say is the product's still good, so I'll do it. Like, sponsoring? No. But getting it? Yeah. I'll do it. But, so, this is actually calibrated for my specific mouse pad that I own. Of course, my lighting, because, you know, whenever you have really nice RGB setup, kind of got to use them. Come on. Just show you like the ways you can customize your DPI and shit. I guess I can just send him an invite. That way he knows when we're done. Yeah, he's waiting on me. Tiny screwdriver. Tiny screwdriver. My isopropyl alcohol. I keep my PS4 nice surround sound. It's my center bar. Only at work. PS4 controllers. What else I keep up here? I got my Blue Yeti. Yeah. I got one too. This is my old controller. The only thing I hate is now there's a drift. But I think I'm gonna take it apart and put the insides of this controller in it. I think I made them before. Why? Because I've had this. I got this controller whenever I first ordered whenever I got my PS4. I bought a second controller and Star Wars Battlefront 2. This was actually a present for my little brother, essentially. I told him I went in and I was like, hey, pick whatever controller you want. And we went and we bought like 3 PS4 games to play, and this is the controller you pick. Originally he said camo. I was like, I already got one of those. He's like, okay. And then he said gold one. It was like 60 bucks. 60, 70 bucks. So I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it nice and good. Okay, here's that. Here's that power supply. Here's the power supply that I for the other PC. My Cheetos. A Razer keyboard. I got a 4K TV over there too. California king bed. RGB everywhere. And it's controlled by Alexa. Well, to be fair, unlike other people, I don't have to pay rent or anything like that. So I get a lot of I get a lot of spare money. I mean, but I do. I pay $400 a month in basically rent, and one of them is my phone bill. So is it really? I mean, I pay $200 to stay where I'm at, and then the rest of it's my phone bill, so I don't even care. Like, so, I mean, I really don't have bills. I get paid $15 an hour to work my job, and I get paid to drive because I work for Ashley, so I drive from point A to point B. Last week we spent 6 hours driving on my 8-hour workday. We literally drove an hour and a half away from here, back, hour and a half to the other place, back, and that was it. That was the end of my day. And then think Thursday and Friday I only had one truck go out. I literally got paid to sit and play on my phone for 10 hours. A full day of work. Yeah, like I said, it sucks that there's nothing to do, but at the same time, would you rather, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think today or tomorrow, because I don't know if it's past midnight yet or not. I gotta go in. We talked about doing. I think we're gonna do our dot cards, which is essentially like saying that we are mentally and like physically capable to drive cross state. So driving for more than an hour essentially straight without passing out at the wheel or having a seizure or whatever. So yeah, that's right. Yeah, whatever it's called. Yeah. That's what we do. Yeah, I do drive cross state. Well, to be fair, like it's a tri-state. So I drive. So the furthest I've went so far is Wentzville, Missouri. The furthest up I have been is Keokuk, Iowa, and a little bit past it. And like some no-name places that you'd never know. Bumfucked Egypt, where you're spending 4 hours on a dirt road because you don't know where the hell you're going and your phone don't work. Yeah, that's 90% of Missouri, dude. Yeah, I live. Cool case, by the way. This is my case. My phone. Bro. Yeah, that was one of the things where it's like, I remember seeing on Facebook, it was like, share something you'd only see in the Midwest. And I was like, Mom, get the camera, there's a tornado outside. Cause we used to do it. We used to go sit on Lover's Leap and watch the tornadoes and stuff like that. Because of where we lived, it's just, there's only two, because it's mostly hills, there's only two spots that the tornadoes would go. And that's down like Broadway, which is all flat, and then like Main Street, which is also all flat. The rest of it's all hills. So you're like safe everywhere else. Like, so, I was trying to see if I had. Yeah, if we ever actually had a fear, we probably would have dealt, attended to it safely. But I live in Hannibal, Missouri, and my exact theory was, it doesn't, like, you hear about like a thunderstorm or something like that's gonna come through, and it's like, nope, who cares? Like, it's just gonna go around us. Because 9 out of 10 times, it goes around you. So. I was trying to look for a picture of something. Gosh, I need to go get my hair cut again. So I need to go get my hair cut again. I was looking at an old picture whenever I got my hair cut. My hair's not exactly long. Oh, I forgot that still. Because that's what I do on the road. Oh, come on. Edibles are nothing. I forgot, y'all do have better edibles. Because don't y'all get full synthetic, like half synthetic, and like 0? And shit like that. I thought about getting the ramen. They have like 100 milligram ramen. Well, yeah, I know. I know, like in some places, like I remember a guy that lives in California. He's saying like they have like full synthetic, half synthetic, or like I don't know why I don't think it's necessarily called like synthetic or whatever, but that's just like basically what it is. It's just like the content or like how much of it actually is the THC. So like that's their ratios, I guess, something like that. Oh no. Yeah, I remember one of the things that one of the guys my dad knew. He said this was a long time ago. He worked for Charter back in like 2010, 2015. He said you can go down St. Louis on the south side and stuff like that, and you'll just or on the west side, and you'll just see them like all like pot plants. Like they grow their plants outside front porch. Keep in mind this is back whenever it was actually illegal to do it and stuff like that, dude. It's insane to think about. Yeah. You can have up to 5 grams here. That's what I think it is. Yeah. I mean, I've done that for years, but that's not the point. Oh yeah, we do that. I hang out with a bunch of dudes that think that they're. If this explains it to you honestly, the place that I ended up moving with my mom to, the strongest weed that they the shit that they thought was really good was blue diesel. Okay. It's okay, but it's like anyone who like heavily smokes will tell you that it's like it's at the bottom of the list. Like, but I actually hung out with a lot of like stoners and stuff like that, and then now like any of the stoners I hang out with are like take one little small hit or something like that, dude, and they're done. I'm just sitting here like, come on. Yeah, but what the difference is like at least you'll admit it. Like these kids are like, nah, you know what I mean? I can last all day long, you know, whatever. Like there's a difference. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's how old I am now. Basically when it became legal. That's about how I was. Yeah. If you prefer alcohol, my favorite thing to do is that like mixed powder. with we did the mixed powder with vodka, and dude, it can get you, like just a small amount of it. I mixed 4 or 5 scoops with a full bottle of vodka. That was it, dude. Just one or two drink, dude, and you felt the effects, and then a few more, dude, and you're just pumped. And when I say pumped, I mean like we are unfit guys. I mean I'm fit. Don't get me wrong, but like we're a bunch of guys, you know, like we're fit, but we're not really into exercising as much. Maybe go play football kind of thing. But not. No, we sat down and we did like 100 push-ups. Like we started, like we just got in a working out mood. It was hilarious as fuck. I don't either because I work, you know. And before working at Ashley's, I was working at McDonald's, but I was working 100 hours every 2 weeks. Which I'm kind of mad about, because they went from $12 an hour to $15 an hour. But I'm pretty sure, like, they fucking screwed me over. I'm pretty sure my first full paycheck, I was missing 20 hours. Because I should have been closer to 120 hours, for sure. Because I had 60 the first week, because I bragged about it, and the other guy I was working with had 60. I was like, I was behind him. I was like, I don't have that much yet. I'm at 50. So I should have been at 110. My paycheck was only like 95. And they cover their asses so fucking well with it, dude. They really do. Well, I didn't necessarily expect to actually stay on for a while, because I do work tomorrow. I work at 8 a.m. today. It's 12:03. Are you playing on the older Xbox or the newer one? The new Series S. Okay, so not the new one. Yeah. Yeah, the Xbox. Yeah, the Xbox X. One X. Yeah, the One X. Yeah. Well, the reason I was asking that is because with the Series S, you can always do what's it called? Oh yeah, it can actually go to 120 FPS, 120 hertz. If you have the monitor to support it, that'll help you a lot, actually. Dude, I went and played that even on my PlayStation. The sensitivity scores of back then were slow. Like, I've set them to max, and I still couldn't even get to a 1 on even a modern COD. But after playing on PC for, years, and I'm playing on, high FPS and stuff like that, high refresh monitors and crap, I can't even play my PlayStation anymore. It's too slow, too clunky. and just overall shit.
See, my biggest thing is the controllers and Xbox are so fucking big. And they're so spaced out. I got full range. And I can't fucking adjust all these fucking buttons so
You
fucking easily.
you may be able to get a PlayStation controller. I don't know how well it'll work. Get a PlayStation controller, open it up, take the Xbox innards out, and basically put them into the PlayStation if it
Oh, for
feels
sure.
better. Yeah.
Oh, I've loved, the PlayStation controller. It's perfect in my opinion.
So what made you get an Xbox then?
I
Is it just the games?
no, so what was it? 8 years ago?
Yeah.
7 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I sold
My
my.
bad.
It was a while, long now.
Yeah.
I wasn't working, and it was around Christmas time, and I got a really fucking job,
Yeah.
and I had to buy myself Christmas, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so
He wanted an Xbox.
I just no, I just started selling all the shit that I
Yeah.
thought was valuable to me, so I could buy myself this Christmas,
Yeah.
which included my PlayStation, because that's where I love PlayStation. I love the games. So I sold my PlayStation so I could buy myself a game. And
Yeah. I get what you
I
mean.
went, what, 4 or 5 years without having a game console. And my mom moved back to the and she gave me an Xbox. And that's how I started playing Xbox. But my preference is PlayStation over fucking Xbox. I think Xbox sucks. But buy I can't afford to buy an Xbox or a PlayStation. And what, you want my Xbox and you give me your PlayStation? I mean, I can't get rid of my Xbox though. That's my grandfather's. That's one thing that I got from him when he passed away. So I can't get. When okay, so when this is how long ago it was. When PlayStation became cross-plat with fucking Xbox, or the talk of it was happening with, um, no, on fucking Black Ops. Yeah, when that was happening is when I sold my PlayStation, and I was getting really good. I was getting really good at fucking Black Ops. Like I was running with a clan, and I was in the top fucking five of the clan. I mean, I was getting BY3 was mine. And when I sold my X or my PlayStation, I lost touch with all of them. Yeah, I sold when I was bumming because I didn't have at the time. I didn't have a fucking phone. I didn't have fucking Facebook. I didn't have Instagram. I didn't have nothing. So I lost touch with all my fucking clan buddies, and I tried searching them out. That's why you see BY3 on my fucking gamer tag or next to my name. because I'm hoping that one day one of them guys will fucking, I'll play against them. And yeah, and we'll magically start linking up again. Because, yeah, that group of guys that I played with, fuck. Right. Yep. Huh. Oh, really? Uh-huh. Nice. Maybe that, maybe, maybe that's where I'm going wrong, is I don't buy anything. They're lucky I even fucking buy a battle pass every now and then. Damn. Damn. Huh. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. I don't know.
Oh, wait. Oh, that one. There we go. That's because I was an idiot and muted it like a dummy. Because I wasn't paying attention to the right thing. There we go. Now I should
Oh,
be able to.
fuck. Alright. Shadow, I'm sorry I gotta get off here. I gotta go to bed. It's fucking 1:16 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm an hour behind you. So.
And I got some shit to do before I get on stream again tomorrow. So I gotta do my laundry for the week. I gotta fucking clean my house, pick up my fucking office.
Yeah.
So
I don't mind. What we about, like I said, what we were talking about. Honestly, if you want to do it in a better way, you could just put it into like a spare savings, and then that way if something else honestly comes up better, you know what I mean, you can also go for it as well, you know what I mean. And like you said, there are more more important things than, like, you know what I mean.
Oh, I hear you.
Because I know, you know, what you were talking about and stuff like that, and I don't want you to, like, go to get something like this and stuff like that, but not be able to do IRL stuff and, you know, lose something that actually matters a lot more than a computer. I mean, honestly, you know what I mean?
Well, see, and that's the thing. With my setup, my router is downstairs.
Yeah.
And I can't just drill holes through my fucking ceilings and my floors and shit like that to run an Ethernet cable.
And you can't, but, I mean, when you can't have your setup downstairs?
No.
Kids,
I get too loud.
Oh.
Well, it's the downstairs. Okay, so I live with my parents. The downstairs is the living quarters.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
The upstairs is my bed. I live in a 7-bedroom house.
Yeah. The easiest way.
And I have 2 rooms.
Is to buy what I recommend you do, and it'll speed up your internet too. Is buy, like buy a mesh system essentially. I know Walmart here sells one. I don't remember what it's called. But basically, like, for example, if you buy 2 Nighthawk, or like, Netgear Nighthawks, okay, you can get them to work together, and you can have one downstairs, one upstairs in your room, and you can get them to mesh together. That'll do one of 2 things. It allows you to have a wider area for like your phone, so Wi-Fi and stuff like that to actually, you know, go off of. So, you know, if you have, like, let's say on one side of the house you have poor internet, but the other side you do off the Wi-Fi, that'll help increase that range and stuff like that. But you can mesh in other ones. Other times there's kits, like, I know Asus has one, because I had looked at buying their ROG router. It's like $600. But I knew that they have mesh systems as well. And basically you just plug in one downstairs, like, you know, into the router, and then you plug in the other one up into your room or wherever you want it, and it'll automatically connect, build a network, everything. And that allows you to actually then plug in an Ethernet into your router as well. So then you can actually get the same performance as the Ethernet. It may be a bit slower, but it's still better. And then depending on your Wi-Fi, like Wi-Fi drivers matter, whether or not it's Wi-Fi. Like mine's Wi-Fi 6, so I can sustain everything that my router can throw at it. But a lot of times, the biggest bottleneck in a house is the router itself. It is the easiest way to get extra performance is to get a new router, and then set up custom router parameters. We did that for our internet provider, and I was able to turn the 1.2 gigabit per second that we had into almost 1.8 gigabit per second. and I kept a ping of I went from a ping of 30 to 40 to 20 to 30, because that's just how much like better you can actually make it compared to theirs, because theirs typically like is like full force balls to the wall all the time, but you can set it up like let's say if you connect to the 5 gigahertz, like for me here, I set the 5 gigahertz. I go into the router, set up the 5 gigahertz to my own password, and that's my domain. Like that is for me, me only. Everyone else gets a slow thing. I get the fast thing. Like, hands down. Dick move, but still. But by only having you yourself in like your one computer on the 5 gigahertz and everything else on the slower, you slow down the rates because you only need to give them as much as they need. So like my phone, okay, on most of the time I just use my data. But if I'm connected to the Wi-Fi, okay, it can get the one gigabit per second. Well, it don't need a gigabit per second. It can't even process that much, near that much. It'll use maybe 2 megabytes per second. So like you can negate it down to where it'll do like 10 megabyte per second, you know. And you can set that for everything, essentially that way, to where that's all it can get. But then your computer can get everything. So if you have 500 megabyte per second, for example, you know, if you have 10 devices at 10, that's you know 50 instead of 10 devices at like gigabit where they're trying to use that 5 gigabit per, you know what I mean? So it
I've
allows
got
it
a 2 and a 5.
I'm not talking about the Ethernet ports, basically. I'm talking about the Wi-Fi in general. So like the router itself, like
Right,
so
I
if
can
it's
connect.
Wi-Fi 5,
I can connect to a 2 gig or a 5 gig
yeah,
through my router.
okay. So yeah,
And I
so
try to
basically,
connect to a 5.
yeah, so basically, you just go into the router settings, and then you just change like the default for like the max bandwidth that they can have. So like the 5.0 is the only like the only thing that should be on that is your PC, essentially. Like I guess in my case, my phone's connected to you, but most of the time my phone's not actually connected unless I'm doing an update. So, but then you have everything else on 2.4 gigahertz, and you have it downgraded. It's the speed reduced to where the only thing, like I said, that's being used basically like most devices, unless like maybe if you're watching Netflix on like a 4K TV or something like that, then you'll need more. But anything like that, 10 will be fine for every device. But that also depends on the speed of your router, your internet. You know, if you only have 100 megabit per second internet, doing that ain't gonna actually fix it. It'll fix it a bit, but it's not gonna completely help. You know, I'm lucky enough to. Thanks for the follow, Iggy Tricks. You know, I'm lucky enough to have 800. I have 800 megabytes per second, so I think it is. So I have more than enough for what I do. The fastest I've had is, like I said, I had 1.8 gigabit per second, and that was a fiber optic connection. Now, the downside to fiber optics that I have found is depending on the router, because but I haven't tried any other router, so I'm gonna say buy the router. Is I was having an issue of it'll allocate too much to one thing essentially. So like in my case, the PC could handle all of it, so it would take all of it. And when I mean all of it, I mean everything besides like my Steam update would lose internet. Like that kind of all of it. So that's why the limitations come in.
Papa Sunshine tells me that I can set priorities on everything.
Yeah, that too.
And he's yet to tell me how to do that.
Well, you probably don't even know how to log into your router, do you?
No, I
don't. So, what time do you work tomorrow?
No, I don't.
Okay. I get off technically at 5, but I'd probably get off before that. We do have a new guy, but as far as I know, there's only one truck going out, so I'll probably get off like 1 or 2 by time. So 3 or 4 for you. After I'm done with that, I will get on to Discord. I can call you, screen share, show you how to do it, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. The only information I'll need you to have is basically, I guess, if your router is owned by you, like if you buy your own router, or it's like the company, like your ISPs, your internet service providers, and what brand it is. And if you can do the model number, that's even better. Like brand and model number. That helps for getting the password. You can typically guess it's 1 or 2 passwords, but that matters. And then the other things is it's the ISPs. There's a chance you can't edit any of it at all. If you do use Xfinity, you can actually just go to their website and then go into your router settings actually from their website.
But
their customizations are shit.
I have the router that the service provider gave me.
Yeah, most people do.
Which is Charter.
Oh, Charter routers? Oh yeah, dude. They use Netgear. So they don't change. You're allowed to change it all. Like they don't care. And theirs was really good too.
I'm not allowed to change it?
Yeah, no, you are allowed. You're fine to change it. Most of the time, you're fine to change it, but they're not responsible if you your internet no longer works or something like that. My biggest problem with
and see, I don't want to fuck with it because fuck with that because fucking it's my mom's internet, not mine.
The biggest thing is it goes down whenever you apply new settings. So like changing the password and changing some of the parameters of it, or like it'll go down because the router restart for it to apply the new settings. But other than that, it'll be fine. You may want to get an app called, I think it's Wi-Fi Analyst on your phone. And that helps you. Where is it? Let me find it first before. It basically tells you what all, like, if you have let's say your next door neighbors, if your Wi-Fi and theirs cross-sec, if they're using the same wavelength, or same channels, it can cause, like, corruption is the easiest way to explain it. So, like, it'll fight over that airspace, and it'll slow down your internet as well. Apparently I don't have it installed.
That's probably why I have a lot of issues then. Because I live right in the middle of the village, and everyone can connect. Well, they can't connect because they don't know the password, but...
But yeah. But they're like, it'll display, yeah. And sometimes, I don't know why it happens or anything like that, but you'll find it. Like, you'll find people's, like, random people's devices are connected.
Well, that has not happened to me yet.
Yeah.
Thankfully, knock on wood. Uh-oh. Did my headset just die?
Nope. I can still hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
I was gonna say, I thought my headset died.
Yeah. But yeah, we can, like I said, tomorrow I'll help you do it, like I said. If you'd prefer to wait later until the night whenever your family's asleep, like right now if they're asleep or something like that, essentially, we can also do it then. That way you're not interfering with anyone's internet or anything like that. That's typically
when I'll tell you what.
Is once everyone's off of it.
Let's not do it tomorrow. That way I can inform my mother of what the hell's going on, so I'm not, just doing something and then something's fucking up on her end. And then I sit there and try to figure shit out again.
It's not, like I said, the most you typically have to do if you either revert it, so you just manually change it back to what the value was before, or you just reset it, make the Wi-Fi and username password the same as before. Everything will auto connect back. Most of what you'll be messing with will just be, like I said, that max allocation. So each device only getting they'll get less data except for yours. And then that priority. And that'll be it. And in my case, I don't even use priority anymore. Just because as long as your Wi-Fi actually can handle everything, it's not as bad. I just reduce everyone else's things, and mine, it'll handle it.
See, I don't know. With everything that...
Like I said, my biggest problem is this stupid fucking TV over here. A 4K TVs, they use a lot. Like an average, a video on Netflix would take 50 gigs of data to stream one video, one episode, like for an hour. So about one video or like 2 episodes. That's 50 gigs an hour. But that's 4K. I've actually streamed in 4K before. I used my brother's 700 XT a long time ago. Streamed Valorant 4K.
Well, and see, that's my issue too. I think is my capture card.
Oh, yeah.
Is the S Plus, which is 4K.
No,
so I think that's a lot of my issues
up to
too.
4K. Are you talking about the HD Plus from whatever it's called?
Elgato?
Yeah, Elgato. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use a
the
website.
HD60S Plus.
Yeah. That doesn't make a difference. That just means it can go up to 40K at 60 FPS.
Well, then maybe that's in my settings for whenever that relate to that. I'm not, dude. I'm telling you, my fucking I reset it the other day on Tuesday. I reset it back to its factory settings. I lost everything that I had. Like even on my Stream Deck, my Stream Deck was wiped.
Yeah, we can go through them settings and stuff like that too. I'm sure I can do a few parameters and PC stuff to help speed it up as much as possible.
Okay, without it ruining or hurting any of the internal workings of like my GPU, my fucking CPU.
You won't even have to open that crap up, honestly. Like, it's not going to be opening up, adding more RAM or something like that. Like, just cheap, easy stuff.
I'd like to add more RAM.
Laptops are, unless they use full sticks of RAM, it's not worth it. Now, I did learn more recently, so within the last year, I think it was like 2 or 3 months ago, that some manufacturers put in, so DDR stands for it's double-sided RAM. Essentially, it's double data rows, like, so it's the way that the architecture works. So typically a RAM has chips on both sides. I forgot I put those in.
Right.
So I actually found out that some providers, including major ones, by the way, like ASUS and stuff like that, you can actually sometimes get a single-sided stick of RAM. And the performance difference is 50%. Like, it's a 50% performance to put in a double-sided RAM. Because they were testing them, they were testing, Atlantis Tech Tips was testing laptops, and they found that out. They swapped the RAM, and it was the performance difference between the two laptops was 50% in the other direction. But that's using if they use full sticks of RAM instead of the SODIMMs, or SD RAM, which are the smaller ones. You can find them pretty cheap, honestly, but taking apart a laptop is a big gray area of whether or not you actually get to go bad. because you got a lot of connectors. Because you got your display connector, your keyboard connector, touchpad, and stuff like that. That if you don't get them back in or something like that, or rip, then none of it works anymore.
Do you know how Streamlabs works?
Yeah, I'm actually using it now. Now, I don't use Streamlabs on 8, whenever you have 8 gigs. Actually. Like, for the longest time, I did not use Streamlabs. And the reason why I did not use Streamlabs...
What did you use?
I used OBS. Which is the dumbed down version of it. But you can actually get
OBS
a
Studio?
lot better performance out of it. And quality. Like, if I go switch over now, I keep all my settings and stuff like that because they're stream elements. I can just convert them over into OBS, put everything up, the exact same. The only advantage to using this, like OBS, over it that I ever found was the overlays, and in my case, would be this Mobo Crush, which I got for free back whenever their subscription service came out, which allowed me to stream to multiple platforms, but I no longer do that anymore. It does so stream chat, stuff like that, like, but that was before, like I said, whenever the store thing was new, like whenever they did this, the Prime feature thing. I didn't back out.
We're gonna have some fun.
I probably just kicked this for inactivity. That's probably all that was. That's fine. You're louder in this chat. Anyway. But yeah. There's a lot. They're like, I found whenever I used 8 gig of RAM, okay, my biggest streaming performance was going to OBS, just plain OBS. A lot of people think that just because you have, like, everyone's using OBS, everyone's using OBS, everyone's using OBS. It doesn't matter that everyone's using Streamlabs OBS. Why are they using it? Because it has an integrated chat spot. Like, it makes it where you don't have to pull up your stream. The second thing is, don't pull up your stream on your PC. Pull it up on, like, a phone. And the reason why is this. Yeah. And this right here is why. See that? You knew myself. It's 80% usage. Where's it all coming from? It's coming from the video and the Xbox Game Bar. But, which is why I actually don't use Xbox Game Bar. But all of this memory is coming from COD, so the game I'm playing, and then Firefox. But look at OBS, like nothing. And I didn't even run it as an admin either this time, which I normally do. See this window widgets. That's a video player, so that's actually a video open. You can actually just end those tasks. But yeah. But in my case, like, even RGB, so like I seen like your Stream Deck, for example, like those are kind of things that run in the background, and sometimes you have to watch them because sometimes they bite you in the ass. Like, honestly. Oh, that's another way to actually speed it up as well. I can't think. I don't even think I've used the dump files before. So, an easy way to actually get his performance boost, you have to run it. So it is R, and you just run. We just change you to just chatting instead of COD. To not get yelled at or anything like that. So you just open up prefetch. And then the other one's percent, 10%. And you just delete everything in there. These files fill up. Yeah, how about prefetch? That's another one. And they're just temporary files. You delete them, they do nothing. Just always, if there's more, you can try it again. If they don't delete, you just skip them. Because sometimes it's just what you're doing. So I know a memory dump. Okay, is whenever, so like, let's say COD here. Okay, I'm going to perform a memory dump. It basically drops what's in the memory to a file, and typically that's for like if something goes wrong or whatnot. It's to help find why it went wrong, essentially. So like games, typically whenever they crash, they'll actually perform a mem dump, and they're dump you whatever's in your memory to help it. So that's just kind of how that works. What? No, you don't. No. It's basically just a temporary file, essentially. So like here, let's say if I go here, okay, let's just click all this and click this. I don't think I actually have the dump thing. Maybe this one. Yeah, I don't even have the dump thing. Yeah, I don't have a way to perform a dump. So I can't even help you there. I don't think any of my games will show it either. Yeah, you don't need to ever do a dump, honestly. Stop that. Yep. Your prefetch and your temp, great way to increase performance. And the reason why is actually a pretty simple one. PlayStation and Xboxes also have the problems too. Now, their fix on them is same as phone actually. Uninstall and reinstall your games. And works on PC too, technically, but you don't do it as much. And the reason why is because every time you update, there are temporary files that actually stay, and old game files that don't get used anymore but don't get deleted on a new install. Sometimes uninstalling it can remove those files and you'll gain more space. I've done it many times on the app and be like, on the phone, it'll say, oh, you don't have enough space, but then you uninstall it, reinstall it, yeah, you have enough space. It's because that's just how it works. But, so, the reason why is I use this drive here, for example. Okay, so this is where all my games are. So, you cache from this drive. Okay, so your cache and stuff like that are built from this drive. So, like, there's only 28.2 gigs free. So that's all it can cache with. But, whenever it's caching and stuff like that, if it uses more than what it has, it'll cause it to slow down. Because it's actively having to delete it and clear it out, and stuff like that. So the less you have, the more it happens. So uninstalling stuff is a great way to get a performance boost too. Especially like bloatware, it's like HP support, shit like that, you know, Malwarebytes, Norton, any of them. And I mean, like I said earlier, with my my Windows Defender, the defragmentation is something I've never worried about, but like Windows Defender is all I've used for a while, and as you can see, I have them off because they run in the background. And even at a high level of, you know, FPSs and shit like that, where I can have it, I just don't. Yes, I do it even better. I used to. I don't think I have it installed right now. I do not have it installed right now.